Hi guys, I am back with another video. This is going to be talking about The Walking Dead. So, this is going to be my overall thought of season 9. First off, I have a video up that is going to talk about my least favorite episode to my favorite episode of the season 9. So, and also I want to hear your guys' feedback of season 9 if you like it or not. So this is going to be my overthought of it, and yeah, what I like about the season. So with the finale and the premiere, overall I think it was good. With the premiere, we seen everybody how they done after All Out War. We done this time jump with Maggie giving birth to her son, with them going to Washington, D.C., and then their journey and how everything was rebuilt after the war. And we've seen a lot of tents from some of the characters, with a moment with Rick and Maggie, and with Rick and Daryl, and Daryl with Rick and Carol. Just people going back and forth with them, trying to build a civilization, are building something for the future, for future generations, and that we've seen them having a lot of problems with, mostly because of the Savers. Like, Rick's full attention was trying to help the Savers and the Sanctuary to stay on put, but there was a lot of people just wanted them to fend for themselves. So, we see that with back and forth with the exit of Rick. I really like how they went with that episode, with being a kind of a cliffhanger in episode 4 with him falling off that horse and getting injured, and then season 5 was his journey to pretty much get back to the bridge, and then he blowed up the bridge, and then probably a lot of people think too that he died, and with Jadis and that helicopter business. And yeah, I would be kind of mad if we didn't get no answers where Rick would go, but we're going to be getting answers in the Rick Grimes movie. I don't know, if there's a lot of people think, will Rick ever return? Maybe. It just depends on how they go with the Rick Grimes movie. If the Rick Grimes gives us answers, so he might not come back, but I don't know. I think if Rick does come back, it'll be the end of when they wrap up Walking Dead in general. So, yeah, I like that whole concept with them, and with them doing the time jump after that, with seeing Judith. And I really love Judith's character right now, with her. One thing about her, she was born in Apocalypse, her being born in it, and just seeing her grow up throughout this whole Apocalypse, how she survives it pretty much. And I think she's a total little badass, or little ass kicker she is. And I really love the whole with the friendship between her and Negan, and just her being, like I said, being a little ass kicker. Negan's character was one thing of that. It was really interesting to see him in season 9 compared to season 7 and 8. For him, it's totally different. We've seen him in the first 5 episodes with him being the same Negan, saying that you were just told Rick that he was getting the world ready for him, and then seeing him at the end of with him breaking out of jail, and then him coming back, cooperating, and then seeing him in the finale saving Judith's life, and have that moment with him and Michonne. So I just think that Negan kind of maybe get his redemption back, and I'm very interested to see in season 10 how his storyline comes. I'm thinking they will remake it from in the comics. I think there's more story to tell for Negan's character. So, other than that, I really was interested in how they brought the Whispers from the comic to the TV show, how the introduction of the Whispers, the introduction with Alpha and Beta and Lydia's character. They done a good way to introduce them. I really love Beta. He's awesome. Alpha, so whoever plays Alpha, Samantha Morton, I think. Well, whoever plays her, she's doing a wonderful job as being Alpha, because Alpha is really as creep as hell. And I really love the whole second half, even in the mid-season finale, with the whole creep factor. Like, you're going into a scary movie, and I really enjoyed it. We got with Magna's group. I really like their character, that group. Can't wait to see what's next for them. With Jesus' death, that's another thing I was very shocked that his character was gonna die. I was like, what the heck? But yeah, and there's one thing I'm very interested to see with Maggie finding out that Jesus is dead. Jesus is dead, Tara's dead, and Enos is dead, because she don't know. And that's another thing. Maggie had left with Herschel with Georgie. And I want to hopefully we get some kind of story where she's been for, how long she's been gone and all that. So I can't wait for that. Other than that, I like the whole Alpha and Daryl's, how they go back and forth talking to each other. I really love that Daryl and Beta fight. That's probably one of my favorite episodes, with that whole deal with them going against the Whispers, with Daryl and Beta fighting, with Daryl pushing Beta over in the elevator shaft. I'm very interested in how the hell he got out. That's one thing I like. What the hell? How the hell he got out of there? But I don't know, he's freaking awesome, I think. One thing that really annoyed me a lot was, with Henry's character, and I want to hear your guys' feedback if you think the same way. Henry's character really was, it really kind of disappointed me, with the fact they was trying to build up his character development to relate him to Carl in the comics, because Carl's storyline was really mostly in the Whispers, with him having a relationship with Lydia and all that stuff. But I think they built his character too quick, and then they just killing him off because the actor wasn't performing as how they wanted it. So I'm kind of disappointed in that, but I just want to see what are they going to do now with Lydia's character, because that was really the big point of view, a big story point in the comics with the Whispers, with Lydia and Carl. So I'm very interested with that. With them building up the fire, and I just have to say, with episode 15, hands down, that's probably a good ass episode that I think they have done. They played out with them building it up with the fire, with Alpha being in the fire. She's picking out these characters that was going to be on the Pike scene. Overall, each one of the characters, I think, had a point of why they got killed. I was really sad about Tara and Enid, because Tara's the last one from the governor's story arc, so they killed her off. And then they killed Henry off. I'm still iffy why they killed Henry. They probably one reason why was because of Carol character and what she was in season 9, with her having a relationship with Kenny Ziegler, that she growed her hair out, was being happy. Her and Kenny Ziegler was raising Henry as their son, and then to just feel like a carpet under her, just ripped out under her. And she's just like devastated. She lost the kingdom. She lost her son. Her relationship with Kenny Ziegler was ruined for what we see. I just want to see her character just cope and just have peace, because Carol's character is very interesting. She went through so much with her abusive husband, losing her daughter, and then taking on these other kids like Lizzie and Mika, I think. Them killing off, and then having a relationship with Henry, and then it ripped out on her. So that's the character I'm looking for the most in season 10 with her, if she's going to have her revenge or not. But other than that, like, the finale was pretty good. Like, they wrapped it up having a happy note because of episode 15. With seeing our very first Snow on the show. They talk about they had dealt with Snow previously, but we never saw it on the TV show, so yeah. Michonne's character is very interesting, I think, with her dealing with losing Coral, and then her mind, then she loses Rick, her love of her life. And I think one thing about the whole deal with her losing Rick, she got a blessing with finding out she's having Rick's son, RJ, and I'm really happy for her. She still has something of Rick with her besides Judith, but I'm very kind of happy with her, especially the episode 14, with just the character about her. We know why she's like her she is now with the time jump. We never figured out why was Michonne really dark and cold, and why she had the X on her back. So that will give this answer. That episode right there, I don't know, I can't watch it. I'll just watch it when it came on. That episode was so damn dark as hell, with her going through her being pregnant, with them kidnapping Judith and the other kids, with her, she dealing with Rick going out there trying to find something with Rick, finding Rick's body, so she can have that closure that she's wanting. And she still kind of is trying to find some kind of closure with Rick being really, really gone. So that, and that was her killing kids. I would not blame her. It would affect me if I had to kill a bunch of kids for the save some, like Judith and the other kids, Alexandra. And with her just going separate ways with the communities and stuff. Her like saying like Alexandra does her own, Hilltop does it on, and Kingdom does it on, not all joined together. And I liked it at the very end that all the communities are together. And yeah, so, but other than that, there's good points about the season. There's some okay points, but the season is better than worse. It's probably the best season, better season than the last two seasons. Don't get me wrong, season 7, season 8 was great, but I just wish that there was something more to it. And like somebody said, the season 1 through 8 was just like a book, and they closed it. And season 9 is something new, like new beginning, new fresh stuff. And yeah, and also I really love Jerry's character throughout. I really love Jerry, with him and King Ezekiel, and just him being a goofball, and he's just a ray of sunshine with him. Them going to the theater with him dancing with the song, and him with his kids at the fair with 2 of his kids on his back, with playing with Judith like they acting like cows or something. I don't know what they was acting like, but it was really funny. Other than that, can't see what's next for The Walking Dead, so let me know in the comments below what you guys just think about the whole season in general. And yeah, also, if you're new to my channel and if you see the content you like, hit that subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up, and I'll see you guys in my next video.